and you probably didn't hear a word I just said because I had all the things off. I was saying I'm having a little trouble with my microphone. I'm hoping you all can hear me. My cat's under here. Big brother went out to run an errand real quick. And you may be wondering why I'm wearing a hat. Because in the immortal words of Samantha Jones from Sex and the City, my hair underneath looks like crap. So, not seeing anybody in the chat, but welcome. It's nice to see everyone, if anybody does happen to be here. I am going to check my YouTube thing real quick. See if I'm actually live. This isn't my first time doing live on YouTube, but well, what do you know? It's working. Yeah, I don't know if I have to tap on it. Oh, I guess I do. Okay, it's working. So we're cool. But this isn't the first time I've done something live on YouTube. I'm sorry about I know it looks really grainy. My camera isn't the best. It's very inexpensive. So if you go on my Twitch, and there goes the cat. If you go on my Twitch thing, my Twitch page, and want to give me a donation so I can get a better camera, I'd appreciate that. Anywho, we are here to reveal the cover of Tarotmancer, the sequel to Tinderbox. And there is something I need to do real quick because I want to read my wonderful peeps some information about the second book in the series, Tales from the Riven Isles. Where are you? There you are. Okay. You know, I really, really, really need a second screen, but the problem is I don't have room for it. Big Brother and I are hoping to soon retire downstate, and when we do, he has promised to make me he's designing the house that we're gonna have, and he has promised me a gigantic office. I'm sure you can see how teeny tiny my office is. My office is long instead of wide. But he has designed, he said, a humongous office for me, which I am very happy about. And I'm working towards that. And the way you could help me is if you buy Tinderbox, and when Tarotmancer comes out, buy Tarotmancer. So, without further ado, I am going to click off, and then I'm going to put up this little thing I have set up. I don't want to show you Tarotmancer too quickly, so just bear with me a moment. Okay, here we go. Now, before I reveal it, I'm going to read you a little bit of something about the Tarotmancer. It's a blurb that I made up. I don't know if they're going to use this blurb. It's up to Flame Tree Press. But here is Tarotmancer. It is based on the story as Tinderbox is based on the Tinderbox by Hans Christian Andersen. Tarotmancer is inspired by the tale of Reynard the Fox, and I think it's and you know what, I should have had this ready. I do apologize. Hold on one second. I think it's made by someone named Perrault. Hold on. Google is our friend. Okay. Well, that's the original there. A lot of people, I don't know who made the original book because a bunch of people have redone it, but it is. I'm going to look up the original story. It is back from way in, like, we're talking medieval. Let's see. Yeah. I admit it, I'm using Wikipedia. But really, some of their information, I like to use it as a jumping off point. So I can go and actually find other references to things. But yeah, you don't need to read Reynard the Fox to understand Tarotmancer, but if you want, it's a really good story. And Reynard the Fox is about the trickster fox, and he lives in this world of anthropomorphic animals. I think I just butchered that word. And he's very mischievous. Put it this way, he's Loki. And, you know, of course everybody loves Loki, so I'm hoping they'll love Reynard. But yeah, he's basically Loki. And the person who goes after him isn't his brother Thor, but his uncle Isengrim. They're mortal enemies, and Isengrim is, has been trying to get after him for years and years and years, but he hasn't been able to. So, but I've got this Wikipedia page in front of me, so I can't see how I look on the screen. There I am. Okay. I can't seem to find it. It doesn't really give me where it first came from. It is all the way back, medieval Dutch, English, French, and German fables. The first extant versions of the cycle date from the second half of the 12th century. So it's been a while. And you know what I should have had down here? I have this book called Encyclopedia of Things That Never Were, and that's where I actually first heard about Reynard the Fox. And like with Tinderbox, I always wanted to write a continuation of Reynard's story because it kind of like stops. You don't really find out what happens, but he is back from way, way, way back in the 12th century. He's mentioned by Chaucer. Yeah, did I pronounce that right? Geoffrey Chaucer. Yeah, but have a look him up, and you can get the short story. It's more like a short story for free on the internet almost everywhere. So anyway, Tarotmancer. Okay. Harper was barely out of diapers when the cards began to speak to her. Gifted with the power of divination, she makes her living in the gambling den of Inroan, performing readings and running errands for her boss, who took her in after she was abandoned. It's not the perfect life, but it is one, and most days she is comfortable. But when she saves a thieving shapeshifter known only as Red, she becomes embroiled in a scheme to receive a mysterious mask. And when things go wrong, Red's quest to remove the enchanted mask from his face leads him to the last place Harper wants to go, underneath. There, Red's sketchy past comes to light. He is the infamous Reynard the Fox, the shape-shifting trickster wanted for crimes against the kingdom of Vale. King Noble has been searching for him for decades, for the lives of the citizens of Vale far surpass normal humans. Torn between fighting for Red's life and her growing attraction to the king, Harper knows Red's many crimes and she can't forgive them. But there is more to the citizens of Vale seeking retribution. Red learns of the rot and how it feeds on hatred, but he's banished to the cesspit, leaving Harper to fight the rot alone. If she can't control her own contempt, the rot will take her and all of Vale with her. Okay, and you don't have to read Tinderbox, but I would suggest it because they're companions. They're part of the same series. And so, if we are ready, I'm not seeing anybody in the chat. I hate to think that nobody showed up for this again, because I said to myself, if people do show up, I would give away a couple of copies of Tinderbox as a surprise. I should have put it in the ad that's what I was going to do, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. And since since there doesn't seem to be anybody here, is there anybody here? So give me a hi, and I will go ahead and give out a couple of copies of Tinderbox, so you'll have it when you buy Tarotmancer. So here we go. Tarotmancer. Voila! Or that's ta-da! Or this way, ta-da! Isn't this the single most gorgeous cover you've ever seen? I absolutely love and adore it. It is wonderful. Oh my goodness. So, Tarotmancer, the sequel to Tinderbox, I will be letting people know, of course, when it will be coming out. I've already finished and returned the edits, so it's going to be fairly soon. And if you join my newsletter, you will have a chance to win prizes. I'm giving things away like gift cards, book plates, copies of books, and I'm trying to think of maybe other things. I still have a lot of the pens that I use in my promo, so I could give a bunch of those away. You've got this little, I've still got, I don't know if you can see it or not, these pins that I had made. And so, and if you have suggestions for prizes, drop me a line or hit me up on Twitter, Facebook. You know, I'm all over the place. Okay, so hopefully people will see this later on. Have a look at Tarotmancer here, and I, of course, would greatly appreciate it if you bought it when it came out. But in the meantime, Tinderbox is still available everywhere. So if you haven't gotten it already, go ahead and give it a look, and then you won't have to wait for 10 or 15 years to get Tarotmancer. So I'm going to hop off here. I may be back on a little later and do some gaming. It's really, I'm feeling good right now. Unfortunately, when you are fighting the big C, as many of you may know, and anyone who's ever had to fight the big C, you know it's very exhausting. You're taking medicines, and you've got all this stuff going on with your body, and all these surgeries and stuff like that. I just had my reconstructive surgery, and that takes getting used to, and you know you can't hardly do anything. So that's why my Cinnamon was here, and I was contemplating lifting him up to the camera, but I'm really not supposed to be doing that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, get those mammograms. Gentlemen, get those prostate exams or whatever, you know. Just make sure you get things done, because as I will continue to say, the reason why I am here talking to you now and up there and not up there playing a harp is because I get mammograms regularly. And you don't necessarily have to wait until you're 40. That's what they told me. I got my first when I turned 40, because that's what I had always heard. That's when you should start getting them. But a doctor, when I first got it, and doctor asked me, why are you getting the mammogram? I said, I just turned 40. Isn't that when you're supposed to get them? And he was like, well, yeah, that's what they say, but actually you can get them earlier if you want. And I wasn't aware of that, but apparently you can. So, that is it. Tarotmancer. I hope you guys love it as much as I do, because I am really, 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 really loving this cover. Oh, and one more thing. I almost forgot. I want you to have a look. I'm going to have to open another image file here. I am doing another more car magnets. The magnets I had on the car before, you may have seen them. They're still about tinderbox and pre-ordering and stuff like that there. Word of advice, if you ever do get car magnets, don't let them sit on your car morning, noon, and night for a year, because they will be almost impossible to get off. And Goo Gone is your friend in that case. No, they are not sponsoring me. If they want to, I'd appreciate it, because I've got 3 bottles of your stuff and I already used the whole one of the bottles to get the magnet off the car. But let me try this really quick, if you don't mind giving me a moment or two. I am going to upload. Oh, it's right here. Okay, it took everything away. Let me, put that down a little bit like that. And this is what I am going to put on my car now. So tell me what you think of that. And is it too busy? Is it too much? Is it too little? You know, really appreciate your opinions. Okay, everybody, I am out. And I will see you later. If I do some gaming, it'll probably be on Twitch, even though I'm set up for YouTube right now. So, everyone, have a very blessed day. Remember, get your checkups. Love you. Mwah. And I'll catch you later.